Good day, everybody. My name is Lawal Benga, and I'm presenting on behalf of Group 8, Circle 1, Developing MMA Global in Thailand, past 2017 0714, Group 8, Circle 1. Names of the cycle members: Taiwo Dada, Adepoju Emmanuel, Gostime, Etim, Adeshola Raphael, Sunday, Oyewale Ayodeji, Fabumi Olakunle John, Lawal Benga, Anota Ayodimeji, and Lawal Benga representing the others. Introduction. Thailand is a fast-growing domestic market. It has a population of 67.01 million, Wikipedia since 2013. The capital of the country is Bangkok. Thailand has a low average GDP per capita. The government has limited resources available to assist the private companies. Task 1. Task to accomplish. You have received all the information order to become manager/leader in the MMA Global community. Now you have an important task. Enter in the new country and develop MMA Global there. Then, new country will be Thailand as a starting resources. You have internet, a team, knowledge received in school, and $50,000. Within an hour, you have to develop a plan of actions for a week. You must specify the number of registration and deposits you will achieve over the period. Important: $50,000 is given only once. Later on, you should use the free resources from the resources. Task 1. Aim and objective: to introduce MMM to the residents of Thailand, educate them on MMA ideology, how it works, golden rules, and risk involved in MMA, and the benefit of actively participating in MMA community. Introduction. 9 participants are to introduce MMA Global into Thailand with these specific objectives for 1 week. 1. Building of website, e.g. thailand-mmm.net. 2. Create advert on social media, e.g. Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitter, BBM channels, etc. 3. Hosting physical seminars in the capital and the commercial states or cities so as to attract crowd. 4. 7 seminars will be conducted in a week, that is, each day 1 seminar. The target audience is 300 people. 5. Obtain the services of an interpreter to handle the language barrier. 6. Display letter of happiness of members from other countries that have benefited from the community. Target audience: financial institutions such as banks, bank marketers, investment companies, marketers, stock sales firms, stock brokers, top entrepreneur bloggers and interest marketers, workers, social workers, students, unemployed, citizens, etc. Target participants: 2,000 for a week. Target deposit minimum of $50 per participant, equivalent to $100,000 for 1 week. Financial plan and budget for 7 days. Description: qualities, units cost, and cost, overall cost. Hotel accommodation 1 week, 9 rooms, 120 per unit, $8,400 per for all. Transaction and logistics 3 buses, 315, 945. Bulk SMS 10,000, 0.0100. Handbill 5,000, 0.04200. Banners 10, 35, 350. Media advert, radio, TV 7 times 70, 490. Radio coverage 7 times 40, 280. Camera 7, 15, 45. Print of t-shirts 400, 5, 2000. Banner 1000, 1000. All rent 7 times 80, 560. Projector rent 7 times 30, 210. Sound system 7 times 50, 350. Snacks and drinks 7 times 4, 42, 300, 3094. Ad hoc staff 6 persons per 7 days, 180, 1260. Total expenses is 19,284. In summary, the allocated budget, expenditure and balance are as follows. Allocated budget $50,000, total expenditure 19,284. Remaining budget $50,000 minus $19,284 equals to $30,716. Task 2. A week has passed. You have 4 men. The average contribution of a participant to the structure is around $300. Under the regulation of MMA Global, you must provide at least 30% growth in terms of participant payment starting with the first contribution. Your task is to calculate how many new members and contributions you have to ensure in the next 3 weeks in order to be able to make required payment to the older participants. It is necessary to write down your plan of actions for the next 3 weeks under the above conditions stated. Point out what resources you need and how you are going to use them, the number of new participants and money raised during the period, what extra costs you will have, and how to attract them. Task 2. Objectives: pay other participants the interest and capital, the number of participants that need to join so as to pay other participants. Method of approach: average donation is $300. Number of participants 2,000. Number generated per participant 2,000 times 300, that is $600,000 with 30% growth rate. 0.3 times $600,000 is equal to $180,000. Registration bonus 2,000 times $20 equals to $40,000. Total growth 30% growth plus capital plus registration bonus equals to $600,000 minus plus $180,000 $40,000 plus $40,000 equals to $820,000. Total amount needed equals to total registration minus capital equals to $820,000 minus $600,000 equals to $220,000. Participants needed to contribute $220,000 equals to $220,000 divided by 300 equals to 734 participants. Assuming a constant rate of $2,000 participant per week, number for 3 weeks equals to 2,000 times 300 equals to 6,000 members. Task 2 continue method of approach. 6,000 less than 734 greater than 734 members needed to pay the old members, therefore the system will be stable. Resources to recruit new members, trained interested members as guiders. Organize more seminars, create more public awareness, use social media to publicize. This will reduce costs. In summary, expenses on seminar and public awareness $5,456. Previous budget balance $30,716. New budgeted balance is $25,260,000. Actually, the month has passed. You are 100. The same plan for another month on the basis of the results of the previous calculation, taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants, and contributions for the next few weeks. Task will continue. Total participants for the first week is 2,000 and for the 3 weeks 6,000. Therefore, total participants for 1 month is 8,000. Assuming 1/4 of the participants that registered in a month registered 2 new participants each quarter of 8,000 equal to 2,000. 2,000 of the participants that are registered in the first month will bring 4,000 new participants, as 2,000 times 2, making 4,000 for the next 4 weeks with the assumed growth and preferred rate. Total member equals 8,000 plus 4,000 equals to 12,000 participants for the second month. Total amount 12,000 participants will contribute 12,000 times $300 equals to $3,600,000. With this new growth rate, we can see that the new order are doing a great job. Therefore, intensive training of new guiders will be ideal. No need for seminar at this stage. Budget balance equals to $25,260 is still maintained, as training of guiders is at zero cost. Task 4. After 2 months, you have the number of participants that deposit that you have calculated. Now you can calculate what you need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there is a local holiday in the Thailand which is celebrated during a week respectively. In this period, the activities of registration falls by 75%. Make a plan of actions for a month. What resources and how you will use them. the right amount of contributions and the participants for the development of the system. Weekly target was 2,000 participants. Reduction in new registration by 75%. This means 0.75 times 2,000 equals to 1 equal to 15,000. The new registration will drop to 2,000 minus 15 equals to 500. To avoid the aberrant situation, we need to cater for the 1,005 participants. This simply means we need to increase the number of participants for remaining 3 weeks, 2,000 per week plus 500. Go by the math, 500 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 equal to 8,000, which is the monthly target. Monthly contribution equals 8,000 times $300 equals to $2,400,000. To achieve this, the following will be put in place. 1. Train more voluntary members to become guiders. Organize additional seminars, media and social advert. Former budget equal to $25,260,000. Expense on new tasks $4,558. New budget balance equals to $20,702. Task 5. Your plan did not work out. You did not have enough registration and new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposits. It is necessary to analyze the plan of action in this situation. What are the resources? How many participants, contributions, etc. needed to get this situation resolved? Due to lack of funds, there are delays in payment. The whole participants seeing that neither make their own contribution nor attract new members. Task 5 continue. Strategy plan to resolve the issue. The resources needed to resolve issues. Number of participants that will make contribution enough to make the system balanced. Registering 25 participants weekly do not work out. Assuming 1,005 participants registered weekly, monthly we were able to get 500 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 as 5,000 new members. We have services of 8,000 minus 5,000 equals to 3,000. 5,000 members will contribute 5,000 times $300 equals to $1,500,000. US dollars. Deficit contribution equals to $2,400,000 minus $1,500,000 equals to $900. That it is important to bear in mind that we are running a loose of budget. Therefore, we cannot make money intensive plan. Moreover, we can use ideology of one stone to kill two birds. Each guider or manager in the system has to organize an emergency seminar to address the panic in the system. They should tell them more that their contribution is the only thing that can save MMM Global. You have to use social media to create more awareness. We need to train more guiders so as to break participants down into smallest units possible. Cover more states and regions in the shortest time possible. Task 6. During this month, delay in payments increased to 7 days. Referral activities almost reduced to zero. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contribution to. In virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented in which all the old members are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will outright itself. New deposit growth as per old are not frozen and are available as usual. Make your plan of action for another month. Resources contribution members etc. That as pause mode is inevitable, members need to be guided about what pause mode means. They guide them about why pause mode has to be introduced and how it can be overturned. Increase MMN awareness in remote areas of the country. Task methodology. Week 1. Hold meeting with all participants, guiding them on what pause mode means and how it will affect participants. Assure them not assure them nothing will happen to the Marvel, but pause mode will stay for as long as possible till the system is balanced. Week 2. Continue media and social adverts. Continue seminar in old and new areas and raise the benchmark to 3,005 from 2,000. Launch more batches of guiders who to multiply careers of knowledge who will be helping the people on best practice on the MMM platform through sponsored seminars. Week 3. Renovate banners and make new handbills. Motivate guiders to more work. Make sure seminars are always in check. Share letters of happiness on social medias. Week 4. Share videos of happiness on YouTube and other social media sites. Continue with seminars. Work with guiders on how to make seminar more effective. Task 6 continue. New seminar renovation of handbill will cost more. Therefore, remaining budget $20,702 cost of operation for this month. 3,753 dollars. New budget balance is $16,947. Final task. Task 7. Your efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation. A restart took place. All the old marbles were removed. You will start to work from the beginning. Serious negative impact on the members and unfavorable response. One or two negative articles in the mass media, and you have to make a fresh start in such condition. A plan of action specified for 1 month. Reintroduction of MMN, informing people of MMN ideology, encouraging people to provide more helps than the way they get help. Resetting Marvels will create a bad reputation for MMN. Nevertheless, this idea is inevitable to change this bad reputation for good. These new steps can be implemented. Think of a good way to make member cool down. Do not shy away from the fact that this will make people sad. Organize a seminar and let them know there will be a system restart. Reintroduction of approach taken when MMM was brought to Thailand, but this time vigorously in order to maintain good names of MMM. Social media is the vital instrument in claiming MMM. In situations like this, a physical seminar might be risky to the organizers due to the fact that some media houses are spoiling the mind of some old participants that MMM is scam. 2. Contribution of handbills and pasting posters. 3. Recruitment of more guiders through enrollment of more participants in guider schools. This come to the end of the presentation, and thank you very much.